what's up you guys, it's me Luke and welcome back to another video, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I post commentary and critique and reaction videos on basically anything on the internet that interests me. So if any of that interests you, then be sure to go ahead and subscribe and turn on the post notifications bell so that you never miss another upload from me. Alrighty guys, so today we're going to be doing a video that I do regularly on my channel that I haven't done in a while and that I've been missing because it's one of my favorite videos and one of the videos that you guys enjoy a lot, and that is me reacting to your unpopular opinions. Now I have a whole playlist on my channel where you can watch all of these videos and they're just really fun because it's a great way for like me to interact with you guys and for us to kind of like create the video together. So typically what I do is I ask you for your unpopular opinions on my YouTube community tab, which you have to have the post notifications bell on if you want to get notified for those, and my Instagram, which you can follow me, which is just at the Luke Alexander. I ask on my story, and then my Twitter, which you can also follow me over there, which is just at Luke the Lunatic. So if you want to be involved in this in the future or my other videos, or just see what I'm up to when I'm not making YouTube videos, then be sure to go ahead and follow me on my social media, just linked down below. Now I really enjoy these videos because you guys really do not hold back, and I hear a lot of the time people are like, oh, these unpopular opinions aren't even unpopular because people are agreeing with them. Now usually you guys go all out. So on my YouTube community tab there's over 3,200 comments, and trust me when I say that I scroll. I spend more time scrolling looking for the unpopular opinions more than I do filming the actual video. So let me just say that the unpopular opinions that we have today are the most unpopular ones that I've ever reacted to. So I am so excited to get into it today guys, because it is gonna be juicy. Let's get into it because I'm about to dive in to these unpopular opinions. Let's get messy. Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and start with the YouTube community comments today. So the first one is, people need to stop saying I'm going to Africa. You could never say I'm going to North America. Where in Africa are you visiting? Africa is not a country. I think this is really interesting because I just feel like a lot of people either suck at geography or they're super close-minded to what else is out there in the world, especially Americans. Not all of you, but if the shoe fits, I bust shots, don't duck if it don't apply. They are so oblivious to everything else that goes on in the world. If you don't know, I'm from South Africa. I live in Australia. But when I moved here, people dead ass said the most ignorant stuff ever. Like, if you're from Africa, why are you white? Did you have houses? Did you live in huts? Do you have like pet lions? Like the stupidest shit ever. And when I said I was from South Africa, so many people didn't know that that was a country. They thought I just meant the south of Africa. Africa is a continent with separate countries that have separate cultures, okay? But y'all need to educate yourself. Next one is, boys should be able to wear makeup without someone questioning their sexuality. Plus I find it extremely attractive when guys wear makeup. I definitely agree. I've been seeing like some straight guys dabbling in on makeup on TikTok and they constantly get questioned about their sexuality. Makeup does not have a gender. Nothing has a gender unless you're a human being. Always have worn makeup, like natural looking makeup, but I've recently started dabbling in eyeshadow. Let me just say I have an exciting video coming after this one, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I definitely agree. Elders shouldn't automatically deserve your respect if they can't respect back. It works both ways. 100%. I don't really think that aging is an achievement. You didn't get to choose when to be put on this earth. You didn't get to choose how long you get to stay. So I think demanding respect based on your age is stupid. There's something to be said about elders being wise and adults having more knowledge than young people, but I've seen some really stupid adults and some really smart young people. So let's just say that if you respect me, I'm gonna respect you. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And that's that on that. Next one is, having kids should not be the only purpose of a woman, and we shouldn't be shamed or feeling guilty for not wanting kids. Normalize women saying they don't want kids instead of telling them they'll feel different in a couple of years. I definitely agree. I almost feel bad because I had to think about this, and I feel like I'm sort of guilty of saying this because a lot of my friends who are girls have said that they don't ever want to have kids because they're scared of childbirth, they're scared of being pregnant, they don't want to do that. And I've always been like, oh yeah, but like you'll change your mind. And I like, who am I to say that? But the reason I say that is because some people want kids but are so put off from the process of having kids, like being pregnant, giving birth and all of that. I even know my older sister, when she gave birth to my nephew, she was like, I am never doing that again. That was awful. But then like, you know, a few months later, she's like, oh, I'm definitely having a second kid. Like, so that's why I meant it. But 100% women should not be expected to have kids. If you don't want kids, that is perfectly fine. It is your life, okay? Besides, the world's overpopulated anyway, so you're doing us all a favor. I can't stand Tana Mojo anymore. She used to be at least entertaining, but now she's just ignorant and problematic. Yeah, I definitely agree. I was definitely like, oh my god, Tana Mojo is my guilty pleasure. I don't even find her entertaining anymore. She's annoying, she's loud, she's ignorant, she's disrespectful, and she's a horrible role model. So I definitely agree with you in that sense. The girl is out here at parties every single weekend. I would not be surprised if she had Rona right now. Next one is, if your BF or GF cheats on you, it's 100% their fault. The person who they cheated with has no responsibility to be faithful with you. Your significant other is the one who promised you. I definitely get mad when, say for example, a girl's boyfriend cheats on her and she gets mad at the girl if the girl didn't know. I think that if the girl knew, I think you have every right to be mad at her or him, whatever, but you should be more mad at your partner because you're right, they owe you the respect. Just don't cheat though. Like, if you want to sleep around, just get out of your relationship. I'll never understand cheating, honestly. I feel like so many relatable memes normalize toxic relationships relationships cheating and petty behavior like it's something cute. I 100% agree. People are always like, oh my god, I'm this petty, or like, oh my god, our relationship, like he does this, this and that and the third, and oh my god, it's just because I'm like a Pisces or whatever. Yeah, I definitely agree. Do I still find them funny? Yes. But like at the end of the day, everything in the world is problematic. If we can't laugh at it, then we're taking life too seriously. And that's just that on that. We can't tiptoe around everything. Next one is people should stop being so mean to furries. They're just having fun and they aren't hurting anyone. I'm not personally into that world, but if you want to put on a suit and pretend to be a furry, that's a-okay. As long as you don't get on some Shane Dawson shit and stop, you know, shoving your face in dogs' crotches, okay? I just don't want it to be a gateway to bestiality. Otherwise, do your thing, boo. I ain't shaming you. There's plenty of weirder kinks out there. I don't kink shame, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else. Every joke has some truth to it, or else you wouldn't have said it in the first place. 100%. I hate it when people are like, oh, you just can't take a joke. Oh, I'm just joking. Every joke has truth in it and is based on your opinion of what you were saying, okay? So be careful with what you joke about, because that is very indicative of how you feel. Just like how when you're drunk or high, you say shit that you secretly think, but you wouldn't say, because your filter is turned off. Jokes is just a way to like sugarcoat you being a horrible person. Being in a straight relationship with a effeminate boyfriend is a thing, and people need to stop calling us beards. Men can act feminine, like feminine things, and still be straight. 100%. I think we need to normalize men being able to be in touch with their feminine side, because guys, it would help so much with toxic masculinity. And the thing is, girls play a role in toxic masculinity as well. So many girls don't want to date feminine guys or are attracted to hyper masculine men. We all play a role in this. If you're a woman and you're complaining about toxic masculinity, question the standards that you put on men. I know men do it too, but I think a lot of times women don't realize the part that they play. I think we just all need to get to a place where we can express ourselves any which way we want, and it does not dictate what our sexuality is. And also, I want us to get to a point where sexuality is just who you're attracted to and nothing else. It really bothers me how people just want to put people in a box, and I just think it's destructive, because as human beings, we want to be able to quickly identify something and we want to be able to quickly say what something is. But for those of us who don't fit in a box, that's a really difficult mindset for other people to place onto you. The people in Kanye West's life played a part in where he is now with his mental health. I'm very careful with these things. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes, so I don't think we can say how the people in his life have reacted. I definitely think he needs help, for sure, and I think people need to be very careful with what they're saying about him, because at the end of the day, he is struggling with a mental illness, and this is real. It's not a joke, and my heart truly goes out to him and his family, to Kim, his children, and everyone, because going through mental illness is a struggle enough as it is. I know that, even though I have not gone through, you know, I think he has bipolar, but having to go through it in the public eye, I couldn't even imagine how difficult that would have to be. Next up is femboy jokes are getting out of hand. I'm all for men embracing their feminine side, but once it became jokes about pegging and fetishizing boys in skirts, I had to get the F out of there. Yeah, for sure. You know what? At the end of the day, I just think that people always cross the line. We can never just, and I'm guilty of this too, we can never just enjoy things without having to like blow it completely out of proportion. But at the end of the day, some people probably don't care. Like, if you want to make jokes about pegging me or fetishizing me if I wear a skirt, I don't care. You know, it's all up to the person. But I think that I'm happy that we're starting to embrace femboys more, but I don't want it to become like a joke, like there's some sort of zoo end, or guys using it to their advantage to get girls, even if they don't feel that way. Calling someone a simp for being respectful or nice to a woman isn't funny. The word's overused and has no meaning now. No dude isn't a simp just because he shows interest or likes someone. I couldn't agree more. I'm so annoyed with the whole simp culture thing. I see it all the time on Twitter, especially, like when a guy comments something nice on a girl's post when all the other guys are being negative, and then another guy will respond to him and be like, I hope she sees this, bro, or like, she's not gonna text you back, bro, like, why are you trying so hard? You're such a simp. I think it's disgusting. These straight men, they make me sick. They make me ill. I'm getting very much barf after a night of cheap vodka. That's what I'm getting in my mouth. That's the aftertaste. I'm getting very musty sweat. I'm getting unwashed ass crack. I'm getting skids on the underwear. That's what I'm getting from you straight boys. Being young shouldn't be used as an excuse for shitty behavior. Just because you're younger doesn't mean you have no empathy towards other people. I definitely agree, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. Your frontal cortex is not fully developed in your brain until you're 25 years old, and that is where we have our decision-making skills. So that is why people under the age of 25 are given a bit more leniency, because we make dumb decisions because we are not fully developed up there. We can't understand the magnitude of our actions and how they can affect others. I still think that means people should be held accountable, especially the older they get. The older you get, the more your frontal cortex develops, okay? So that's why I'm going to be a lot harsher on a 21-year-old than I am a 16-year-old. You know what I mean? Next one is dark humor isn't funny. It's just an excuse to make racist or sexist jokes. 100%. I said that before with the jokes things. You can just say something horrible and be like, it's just my dark humor. Stop being so sensitive. And it's like, no, you're just a prick. End of story. End of discussion. Did I stutter? Did I put a full stop? Did I put a period? The sentence is over. It's done. Stop trying to keep going. Next one is Billie Eilish can't sing. All she does is whisper and mumble. She is overrated. Sis. It's a no from me. Billie Eilish, Miss Billie Eilish up there. I've seen her live. Her voice is stunning. It's beautiful. Call her overrated, whatever you want. I don't give a crap. People call Miss Beyonce overrated. She's not. Do your thing, whatever. Billie Eilish's voice is beautiful. Her voice is objectively good, okay? You don't have to enjoy her music, but you cannot deny that she's an objectively good singer. And that's that on that. End of discussion. Next one is the most famous TikTokers are not actually that talented at dancing. They've just had stepping stones like money and conventional attractiveness to get them where they are. Did you lie? Did we hear a lie? Guys, did we hear a lie? No, we didn't hear a lie. No, whatever lie, 100% correct. You took the hammer, the nail, and hit that on the coffin. You went bonk because you could have been more correct. A lot of these TikTokers, I'm like, they just do like one step, two step. A lot of them will just like look into the camera and being conventionally attractive, that's just what they get, you know? They get fame for doing the bare minimum. It does make me sick. I feel so bad that TikTok might get banned for those people who put genuine hard effort into their TikToks. The comedians of TikTok, the aesthetic people, the informational people. There are so many amazing people on there. But for the people who just think like little dances and look attractive, the most famous ones, I can't help but laugh. Which is sad because they'll be the ones who will be okay, whereas everyone else will be struggling. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Life isn't fair. Alrighty guys, moving on to the unpopular opinions on Twitter, the messiest of apps, which I love. This first one is instant coffee hard eyes. No. I'm sorry, I just got that like bougie taste or whatever. No, I just like, I can't with instant coffee. Like when that whole instant coffee trend was out about like blending it together to make whipped coffee from TikTok, I was like, I don't know what y'all are on, but couldn't be me. I just like, I have instant coffee, I just never use it. I just love a good latte. I love a good foam. I love the beans. I love the roast. My favorite thing to do is just go around and try different cafes and compare the coffee. And coffee's just so beautiful because like no coffees taste the same. You know what I mean? Anyway, but I respect your opinion. Ooh, this one. This is going to spill some tea. OnlyFans is not sustainable long term. No shame towards sex workers at all, but I feel like a lot of young girls and young gays, 18 to 22, are moving to the platform because they see the financial success of celebrities and porn stars from it, but in reality, that will never happen for them. That is true, especially since quarantine started when a lot of people need their coin. You have seen a lot of people who have started an OnlyFans, and like, that's okay, do you boo, get your coin. I do not judge sex workers at all. That is your job, and at the end of the day, majority of people, including me, consume some form of sex work. So that is your gig. I respect it. However, I feel like a lot of people who are young getting into this, like I said before about the frontal cortex isn't fully developed until you're 25, they don't realize the ramifications and the consequences. Now, OnlyFans may be a secure website, but there has been several leaks before. Somebody could screenshot it, anything like that could happen, and your stuff could get out there, and it could prevent you from getting a lot of jobs in the future. And like, let's be real, you're not going to still be doing OnlyFans when you're like 40. I mean, some people might be into that, but the older you get, less and less people are going to be into you. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. And yeah, I just think that people need to really think before they do this, because it's a really big deal that you need to make sure you've like weighed up all the pros and cons, because there are plenty of other ways of making money. But at the end of the day, as long as you've thought it through, I respect your decision. You do you, boo. Get that coin. Live it up. Next one is people hating on Ariana and thinking they're superior because they want to be different or just ridiculous. Of course, her songs are not everyone's cup of tea, but you can't deny her voice is one of the greatest of our generation, and she's technically a good singer. Vocally, she's technically a good singer. Has an amazing voice. I love Ariana Grande. I love her music so much. I can respect if you don't enjoy her music, but there's no reason to like diss her or her music. Same with Taylor Swift. People are doing it right now. I personally really enjoy Taylor's albums. Her albums are always a hit and a miss for me. There's never been one where I loved all the songs until now. Folklore, oh my god, Taylor's not the best vocalist, but her lyrics, amazing. We stand, period. Next one is I'm sick and tired of influencers, celebrities, and companies using Black Outrage as a way to promote themselves. Black Outrage is when non-black people appropriate black culture or do things that purposely annoy the black community, knowing it's going to offend us. They know. We're going to talk about it on Twitter to call them out, and we'll use it as a way to make themselves relevant. Examples, Nikita Dragun and Kim Kardashian constantly appropriating black culture, knowing they're going to get bashed for it while benefiting from the publicity. Couldn't agree more. A prime example I can think of is when Kim Kardashian came out with Skims, which she first called kimonos. kimonos, which is the name of the traditional Japanese gown. She knew what she was doing. Her publicist team knew what they were doing. You create outrage, often it is black outrage, to get people talking, and then it gets you promotion because your name is in people's mouths and in all of the articles. It's disgusting, it's despicable, but people fall for it because people are like sheep. Alrighty, this next one says Euphoria is problematic and overrated. It sexualizes minors and displays statutory RAPE. It barely represents Gen Z culture and just makes us look rash and irresponsible. It's not that diverse. The POC actors are light-skinned and or white passing. There's no overarching plot. There's no cumulative purpose message. The characters are static. The characters are mostly unlikable. The show depends on aesthetics and sensualism to be interesting. Nothing else is good about it besides that they're really pretty and some of the actors are great. I have a lot to say about this unpopular opinion, but I have a whole video coming, so please stay tuned for that. I'm so excited for that video. Make sure you have the post notifications bell on so you don't miss it, or follow me on my socials, and I'll address a lot more of this tweet in there. Next one is Midsommar wasn't a good movie. I don't know, the movies these days seem like they're more about aesthetics than the actual plot and story. It's just like random aesthetic scenes being thrown together. I hate how aesthetics have taken over the media so rapidly. It makes things less meaningful. Now, I totally see where you're coming from. Me personally, I was not the biggest fan of Midsommar, the horror movie. I much prefer the director's other movie, Hereditary, which most people prefer Midsommar, so that's, I guess, an unpopular opinion of my own. I think that Midsommar visually was stunning, but the story lost me. It dragged on for ages. I totally see what message they were trying to come across. And at the end of the day, I think that the reason the movie was the way that it was, in terms of like the aesthetics, the long scenes, all this type of stuff, is because the movie wanted to confuse you, trap you, bring you in, just like the characters in the movie were being trapped in the cult. I personally think that the movie achieved that goal, but I can totally see why for people who appreciate things that are more story-driven, why it wouldn't be the best thing for them, or plot-driven. But I personally love movies that are character-based. Like Call Me By Your Name, a lot of people won't like because the movie is very slow-paced. It's very about the aesthetics, but I appreciate movies that suck you in and make you feel like you are there, and I feel like you need to depend on aesthetics in order to do that. So each to their own, but I personally wasn't the biggest fan of Midsommar, but I appreciate what the director did. Next one is, I don't actually believe any of the LA party influencers regret anything or even care. They just wanted to keep their reputation clean. It's not working though. So if you don't know, a lot of the LA YouTubers and TikTokers and influencers and Instagrammers, whatever the hell, I don't care, guys. They went to Lorraine's party and they had a giant party together in LA, one of the epicenters of the pandemic. Y'all make me sick. Y'all are gonna get sick and y'all are gonna get other people sick. And that's the selfish thing. You wanna get yourself sick? Fine. Go ahead, do it. I don't care. But I care about the innocent people out there who are out and about doing their grocery shop who are going to get sick from you because you can stay at home. Influencers think they are above the law and that they're better than everybody else and that their fun takes precedent over people's lives. It's selfish, it's disgusting, and y'all sicken me. Posting a little apology screen on Instagram, Tana Mojo, or on Twitter, Lorraine, or in a YouTube video, James Charles, does not excuse your behavior. Y'all knew what you were doing. Just because you do something and give it a little apology afterwards does not excuse what you did. I'm disappointed. And for anyone that comes for me, because I'm like on Instagram, whatever, out and about in their cafes, I live in Australia, in Queensland, where we have 0 active cases for corona, and I've been tested and I'm clean. So don't come for my neck, all right? I think that every situation is different and you need to abide by the guidelines of your state and just not be an idiot. If you live in the epicenter of a pandemic, why are you going to parties with tons of people? I'll never get it. I'll never get it. I'll never get it. Next one is, all of these Netflix original romance movies are just glorified Wattpad stories that have been overdone. The basic plot is not original and nothing new. Yeah, couldn't agree more. The Kissing Booth, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, Sierra Burgess is a Loser, all of those movies, trash upon trash upon trash. But at the end of the day, I'm not the target audience because when I was younger, I used to watch movies like that. So we need to start realizing that, is that we are not the target demographic. The target demographic, more often than not, is like 14-year-old girls. And if they want to enjoy that, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Next one is, staying a fan of / staying friends with a problematic bad person makes you culpable to what they do. No matter how much you say I don't support their actions, your actions and support speak much louder than words. I couldn't agree more. I think that if you continue to support people who are problematic and you'll continue to be friends with them, Shane Dawson with Trisha Paytas and Tana Mojo, but you're problematic too, so I don't know about that. Then you yourselves are problematic because you are condoning their behavior. Okay? Stand a racist since you are a racist. I said what I said, meant what I said. Okay, let's move on to the Instagram ones. If you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you doing, sis? What you doing? Follow me on Instagram. Okay, well. Okay, so the first one is, Call Me By Your Name is actually kind of gross because of the age gap between the main characters. If you haven't watched Call Me By Your Name, great movie, love it. I watched it before all the gays clumped onto it on TikTok and all the girls who fetishize man-on-man relationships. I read the book as well. Oh my god, I really am that person. Anyway, so Call Me By Your Name. Look, I'm bisexual and I love a good romance movie, but there's not enough male and male and female romance movies. There isn't. So I look for any. I watched every single one. And Call Me By Your Name is definitely high up there on the list. It is a beautiful movie, aesthetically, visually, story-wise, character-wise. But I understand a lot of people's issues with the characters because Elio is 17 and Oliver is 26. What people don't realize is that in the gay world, the lesbian world, the non-straight world, it's so much harder to find people because you don't know who's gay and who's not. It's so much harder to find relationships. It's so much harder. So a lot of us had to dabble and experiment with people a lot older than us. I was 17 and I was with a 26-year-old at one point. Not relationship-wise, but you get what I mean. So I can understand where it's coming from. So I think it's a pretty real depiction. Maybe does it romanticize it? Sure. Maybe they should have just made Elio 18 so that it was less problematic, but at the end of the day, this is the reality, and I'm all for having reality on TV and movies. So I personally don't have an issue with it. If you do, that's your prerogative, sweetie. Somebody said Australia is overrated. I don't know where you're from, but if you're from America, you do not have a leg to stand on, sis. But no, I personally love Australia. I think it's really fun here. Obviously, living somewhere is very different to visiting there, but Australia has such a big country and has so much to offer, and it's such a great country because we have like free healthcare and stuff. So stan Australia. Of course, we have our issues like every country. After Hours by The Weeknd is the best album this year. He's up there. You can't see him, but Abel is up there. It's not the best album for me this year because the best album for me is hands down Ungodly Hour by Chloe and Halle. If you haven't listened to this masterpiece of an album, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but I can confidently say that the best album by a male artist is After Hours by The Weeknd. That album, I still listen to it to this day. Blew my mind. Iconic. Love it. Oh my god, the music, the 80s vibes, the symphony. Oh my god. Snow Child, Faith. Ooh, I can't. Next one is Gabby Hanna Is Not Cringy.
A thought without a body ought to be the load to take a shot of. My brain is poison and I'm searching for the antidote, but every time I scream, my defenses scream, but no you don't. Whoa, but it's fine. No, really. I'm fine.
Oh my god, that is so cringy that I know that. Yeah, Gabby Hanna's cringy, but girl, do your thing, boo. Is she okay? I feel like people should search on her. She's been off the internet for a while. Anyway, the most homophobic people are the ones in the closet. Did she lie? Like, why? There's people who have to defend the fact that they're straight. Sis, what are you hiding? Why are you so defensive? Kissing is low-key disgusting. Honey, who hurt you? Who's been kissing you? There are definitely bad kisses out there, but there's nothing better than a passionate kiss. Ooh. Sorry, just envisioning something. Okay, we're good. No, kissing is beautiful. Love it so much. Next one is straight men get hyped up for doing the bare minimum. We should expect more from them. Oh, girl, I expect nothing from them. My expectations are on the floor, but I agree. Straight men get praised for literally doing the bare minimum. They'll put a bit of nail polish on and I'll be like, damn, look at you. Look how we just ended toxic masculinity. Timothy Chalamet will wear a literal blouse and people will be like, look, he ended sexism. Harry Styles wears some rings and a bit of makeup or a dress and people will be like, whoa, he just destroyed gender norms. Y'all give straight men too much credit. Okay? Enough is enough! Next one is 365 Days was a shit movie. The plot made no sense, the sex scenes were meh, and the acting was horrible. Couldn't agree more. That movie, yikes. I was getting a lot of rapey vibes from that movie. It was not it. The guy, on the other hand, I'm a sucker for an Italian. An Italian man. Ooh, those titties. Anyway, moving on. Rain on Me sucks. Y'all need to stop hating on that song. It's a good song, okay? Just keep it quiet, keep it pushing. It's not the best song on Chromatica, no, but it had its moment. It was iconic, and Gaga and Ariana in the same song, I couldn't have asked for more. Best collaboration of the year, in my opinion. I said what I said. I meant what I said. Next one is fish are high-key better than dogs as pets. Girl, fish are glorified decorations. Who are we kidding? I had a fish once because my sister got a fish and I wanted one. I regretted it instantly because I was like, oh, I gotta clean this thing again. And then every time I'd get changed in my room, I'd have to like put a shirt over its fishbowl because I didn't want to watch me get dressed because it would just like go up against the glass like. Yeah, fish are cute and all, but like, just leave them where they belong, in the ocean. Out of your fishbowl and off your plate. Folklore might just be my favorite Taylor Swift album. I said what I said. Oh, 100%. It's her best album so far. I love folk music, indie music with a little bit of a country twang. I just love that chill vibe. One of my favorite singers is Ron Pope. A drop in the ocean, a change in the weather. I was praying that you and me might end up together. Yeah, we stand Ron Pope in this household. Oh my god, a Ron Pope and Taylor Swift collab. Ooh, I would be shook. I need that. Next one is everyone is bisexual. It says I am, and I don't see why you wouldn't be, because you get the best of both worlds. But no. I do believe that there are people who... sexuality is a spectrum. Some people are just very close to the straight side, and some people are just very close to the gay side. And then you got like someone like me who's just like vibing in the middle. You know what I mean? Alrighty guys, that looks like that was the last unpopular opinion. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'm definitely going to do more in the future because I have so many left that I have not answered yet. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please comment down below your thoughts, and if you want me to do it again. If you've not already, please go ahead and subscribe and turn on the post notifications bell so that you never miss another upload from moi. And if you've not already, please go ahead and follow me on my social medias, just linked down below. And please go ahead and check out my last two videos that I mentioned, the one about Jeffree Star and the Wish ads with my bestie Harley. Such a funny video. Please check it out. It's really not getting the love it deserves. And also subscribe to my second channel if you have not already. Exciting, fun stuff coming there soon. Check out my merch, all about being opinionated. Let me know if you guys want new merch. Give me some ideas, because I've been thinking about that. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe, sane, and healthy during these weird times. And I hope to see you in my next video. And as always, I hope that you have a great day or night, wherever you're in the world. Bye!